people at? Where are all the people at? Well, it's gonna be like 2 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines, so I know y'all ain't showing up. Maybe. Hey guys, got my truck fixed. I had a fuel pump issue. I guess I had dirty fuel, so it shut me down for 3 days. But we're all good to go now. So I'm rolling, going back to Georgia today or tonight. Yeah, I get to see my car. I haven't seen my car in 2 months. I have a little sports car, but I don't get to mess with it because I'm just stopping there and then probably wash my clothes, and then I gotta keep driving. If y'all want to stick with me and show you the way, get from Terre Haute to Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you would, go ahead and give me a like right now. That helps my channel out greatly. And subscribe if you haven't. You can ask me anything you want about trucking, about mental health, about anything. I like to help out, so if you got a question, throw it at me, see if I can answer it. If it's about trucking, I probably got it. Woo! Lost 8 people in 1 second. Damn. Didn't like my content. That's alright. I see that all the time. Yeah, if you double tap your screen before you bolt off to go watch some girls singing and dancing, I would appreciate that. Sorry, I can't sing and dance for you. I might get the guitar in here one time, sing some songs, but I ain't dancing. I sure ain't pretty, so. It's harder for us guys to get likes and subscribe, people with subscribers. These pretty girls get on here, they're young and they're dancing and laughing and giggling, and so I get it. I can't do all those TikTok dances, although that would be funny if I did try. Yeah, you probably won't see me doing that. Get some alcohol in me before we're doing that. So yeah, what do we got here? Evelyn. Hey, my day is going good. Just got out of the shop and I'm ready to go. Just waiting to get dispatched, which they just did. Let's see what's up. 1,400 miles. Now, why would they do that? I got to pick up today, and then I don't deliver until the 4th. It's only 8 hours away. What's going on? Yeah. Maybe I do get to drive my car. Yippee-yo! I subscribe, but I have to go. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Come back anytime I'm on. We can talk about it. The other two of y'all, what's up? Can't give me a like, give me a thumbs up, double smash your screen. Yeah, so I am headed down south. I'm in Terre Haute right now. I'll be going to Albany, Georgia. That's kind of middle southern Georgia. And then I'm picking up something, probably paper or something, down there, and I'm bringing it back up here to Terre Haute. So, you know, that might be they want me back on the 4th. So, yeah. All good. It's a trucker life. Yeah, like I said, I just got out of the shop. Truck was got some dirty fuel or something happened, but I had just fueled up and took my truck into the shop, and when I got my truck back I had no fuel. Damn, that was $800 gone. But I guess there was something in the fuel that my truck wasn't chiming with. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you back. Thank you for the like. Somebody's calling me. I need to get some glasses that I can see farther and close up, because I can't read any of this stuff. Work mode for sure. Yeah, just waiting on work to tell me I can go, and then I'm going to take off. I have to get my fuel routes and all that stuff all together. Thank you. I try to be as safe as I can. So from now on, when I'm driving, I cannot have the camera facing towards me. It's a safety issue. The company doesn't want me reading text messages as I'm driving down the road. It's illegal. So we'll just be showing what's going on the road. I sure hope everybody could understand that. Yeah, so I was in the hotel for 3 days, trying to get my truck fixed. The first 2 days, it just sat there, didn't even mess with it. And then on the last day, they did whatever they needed to do. These big trucks, they don't take that much to fix them, unless it's an internal engine problem or a transmission issue. They usually can fix it really quick. They just take the old off, put the new on, and go on. A lot of times it's a sensor that breaks, or a computer issue. Very rarely, like something broke. In this case, I had bad fuel, so they dumped all my fuel and changed some kind of filter, and then sent me on my way. Okay, thank you. Got me a new subscriber. It's always nice when I get a new subscriber. I'm up to like 127 or something like that right now. And I mean, it took me forever to get to 50. And then just every day I'm gonna be getting at least three subscribers every day. So I'm growing. I do have cooking stuff now. I got me a small kitchen, so I could be doing some cooking videos. I just don't have a camera mount. I gotta take care of that. Give me a camera mount or a tripod or something that I can show the cooking with, because like tonight I'm going to be cooking ribeye steak in the truck. I'm looking forward to that. Got me a bunch of salads made up. Yeah, I got salmon. I can cook some salmon. But, it's going to be ribeyes tonight. kind of stuff would you guys like to see me cook in the truck? Like I said, what kind of dishes would you like for me to cook? Throw it at me and I'll get the ingredients and I'll cook it up. Just tell me what you want me to cook. It's going to take me a week because I have to buy my groceries. But if you tell me it, I'll buy it all and I'll film it and I'll shout out your name. Like, hey, blah, blah, blah told me they wanted to see this cook. Hello, Mina. Just talking about things I can cook in the truck. If you had any suggestions, then I will just tell me it and I will cook it. I gotta get the ingredients and stuff, and then I'll cook it and shout out your name and your website or your YouTube channel, and it'll be fun like that. Have a great day. Thank you. I'm doing all right now. Getting ready to head south. So yeah, what we're talking about now is giving me some ideas of things I could cook in the truck. You just tell me what you want me to cook and I will cook it, and shout out your name and your YouTube page or whatever you want. But just write it down there on in the comments. Give me a like and subscribe if you haven't, and let's have some fun cooking in this truck. Ivy. Any suggestions? Let me know. I can cook just about anything, and if it's something wild, just gotta kind of tell me about it, and I will get on that. You have any suggestions for me? Want me to cook something, anything. If I don't know what it is, I can figure it out, man. I mean, if it's some wild ingredient I can't get, then I can't be trying to cook a cheetah here, ostrich eggs or anything like that. Give me something challenging to cook, and I will. Yeah, give me a thumbs up, everybody. Just clickety click on the screen. Don't take nothing. Just talking about suggestions on things I could cook in this truck. Tell me something you want me to cook and I'll give it a shot. Really want to get driving. I got a short one. Hello. Hello, Ivsky. Ivsky. What would you like for me to cook in the truck? Give me a suggestion and I will cook it in the truck, and I'll do it live, and I'll shout out your name and your YouTube channel and blah 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 blah. I did this before. I was doing like Facebook videos and stuff, and people were telling me to cook stuff, and they're trying to challenge me and like giving me wild things, and every single time I pulled it off. Somebody said, cook barbecue ribs. I said, got it. Alright, I do not have my load now, so I will be going. Let's see. It's actually going back to my hometown, but I can't really stop in until this to Macon, Georgia. Workflow. Yep. Alright, well, you want me to cook deer? You missed the first part where I said no crazy requests like cheetah hips and ostrich eggs and stuff like that. If I can get deer, I'll cook it. Deer. Not opposed to it. I don't know where I could get deer. I'm gonna have to turn the camera the other way. Grilled deer. Alright, you got me. Maybe I can cook a deer fillet if I can find it. I'm gonna have to flip the channel, the camera view, because I can't. No more looking at me while I'm driving. It's not safe. I'll start reading messages and shit. All right, here we go. Let's go to Georgia. They told me when I before I picked the load up, they said, we got a load for you, but you don't have to pick it up till tomorrow. And I said, oh, okay. And then when I picked it up, they're like, no, you kind of need to pick it up and deliver it tonight, or go to the store and stay at the store and deliver tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. So I was like, okay. So it's only eight hours of driving. Still, when you think that you don't have to do shit, and then you do, it's alright. I haven't driven and haven't worked in 3 days, so I'm ready to go. So Ivy wants me to cook deer. Man.
Turn right at the traffic light.
I try to fix this camera mount. This thing sucks. It's all fucked. So when I stop to get my groceries,
continue on South US 41.
I can't grill anything, but I can pan sear deer. If I can get some deer, I will definitely get it and try it. I've never cooked deer before. I have cooked elk ribs one time, and another time I put elk loin in a crock pot and made like whole elk, pulled pork stuff. It was pretty good. Had been chased with deer. To your left. It's turned south. I'll be driving through Nashville tonight. It's really only the big city that I have to go through. Let me think. Yeah, Nashville, maybe. Louisville, Kentucky, and Nashville are my only two big cities, but by the time I hit them, all the traffic will be gone. So I'll roll through it. Nothing. Yeah, I can't believe they took a whole tank of fuel. I just spent $800 on fuel, and when I got my truck out of the shop, my tanks were empty. So I had some bad fuel, some dirty fuel. Glad I don't have to pay for it. Imagine just throwing $800 away. And I was just talking to somebody a couple days ago about buying a truck. And you know, we talked about the good and the bad. Like, yeah, you get way more money, way more money, but you have to pay for breakdowns and tires and fuel and insurance, and it's just, it piles up. And if you're not good organizer, then you're not going to make it. I'm a pretty good organizer. I like to keep track of stuff, but I just never done it before. So, and since I'm kind of living out here on the road, it kind of makes sense to do it. But I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it to do it. I make pretty good money with what I'm doing right now. So, who knows? Well, one thing good, when I'm done paying for the truck, I can sell that truck and buy a house with it, because these trucks are $200,000. It's an investment. Sort of. You're going to lose, you know, the more you drive the truck, the less value it's going to have. Still. I'll be making more money than you know, the cost of the truck. If I owned my own truck and I worked for 5 more years, just say, I would have a 300% profit on the truck. So yeah, it is worth it. It's very worth it. But you know, you're gonna have downtime, you're gonna have breakdown time, you're gonna have fuel costs, freight will get slow, you know, and hey, I might get sick. If I get sick and gotta stay home, I'm making no money and I still have to make the truck payment. So it's something to think about. Maybe if I had somebody with me in the truck, might make it worth it. thinking about. This is Highway 150. And it goes from like 70 miles an hour to 50 miles an hour sometimes. And then just you'll run into a little town like this. I literally can see the other side of the town, and there's one stoplight in Old Town. There's a lot of that kind of shit going on this road. But if I take this highway, it's way faster than driving over to the interstate. 75, I guess it'll be. It's not. It'd be going out of my way. Lorries. You don't want to do that. 4 likes and 1 sub today. Not bad. Not bad. There's it's like a cemetery there that Memorial Day. Don't ever put me in a cemetery. Just leave my body in the woods. I don't want to be in a cemetery. So what do you guys want me to cook? Let me know. We got deer. Somebody asked me to cook some deer. Would be definitely something different to cook in the truck. I don't think it's that I can't cook it, because I don't know where to get it. Like a specialty thing. I do want to go to the Asian market, and they got some dried fish. And yeah, I know that sounds really weird, but it's fish, it's dried fish in a bag. And it's like a whole bunch in there. You can fry them, you can eat it like jerky. I've seen a lot of different dishes with this fish, but I want to try it. Everybody tells me the small, they're like minnows. They look like minnows. Now those are the better ones. All right. I will think it's called balot, Billy, or something like that. A balot is the duck eggs. I do want to try that. Maybe not in my truck. Have you guys seen the duck eggs? That's something. It's like a duck egg that has almost gone, like the duck's almost ready to be born. And they boil it like a boiled egg, and they put vinegar and red onions, something else in there. It's different, but it's definitely a Filipino traditional meal or snack or whatever. But yeah, when I go to the Philippines, I'm gonna try that. Sana all balot. I know so many Filipino words, but I don't know how to make a sentence yet. Still working on it, still learning. What's been happening is I'll be thinking of words in Filipino, and then I'll end up saying it in German. And well, wait a minute, that ain't it. Because my brain is just wired English or German. So I need to, and it's Tagalog. 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 There's an app on your phone. It's called Bing, and you can learn Tagalog on there. But for some reason, I can't set it up because somebody has already used my account to set up another language, and I don't know the passwords and all that stuff. So. And that someone would be my ex-wife. It's like I can't get away from her destruction. And I don't know how to change my email address. Let's make another one. What? Hello, whoever just stopped by. Driving to Chattanooga right now. I'm gonna go to Chattanooga maybe for 2 hours. I'm gonna get my clothes washed, and then I'm gonna drive to Axworth, which is probably 30 minutes away, and then that's where I'm camping out for the night. And I'll deliver in the morning at 9. Nice to see my car again. Haven't been home in over like 2 months now. I got this little sports car. I just love it. I never get to drive it, so I got a car cover for it, and I had my daughter put it on for me. Just covers the car while I'm not there, so the sun isn't beating the hell out of me. It's basically a brand new car because I never drive it. Maybe like one weekend in 2 months. So it never gets driven. Maybe I'll sell it one day. Well, I know I'm gonna. I might have to get a family car one day. Something with a back seat. Who knows? Maybe I keep it.
Continue on US 150.
You don't tell me what to do, bitch. Having very, very serious thoughts about starting a family again. It's been on my mind. I know I'm old and everything. I'm not. I don't know, man. It's just something tugging at me. Be a dad again. It was the happiest time of my life. Everybody left on that one. that I have taken care of everything for my future. Because if I do have another child, I will be retired, and I want to have enough money to take care of my family and still be retired. But I think I have secured that. I did really well when I was young. I got a retirement from Germany, got a good retirement from America. I still get my Social Security, so I mean, I'm gonna be doing a lot better than a lot of people. We'll start doing investments here soon, IRLs and stuff like that, with just with trucking companies. Just things that can make me money that I don't have to do anything for. Like I want to build an Airbnb and rent it out. I don't want to live in it. Just rent it out and have that generate revenue. So that's an extra. I spent $800 one time for 1 week at an Airbnb. So if it's an Airbnb that is constantly being rented out, I mean, that's a lot of money. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Because I want to retire. I don't want to. I'll put in another 10 years of hard work, but it'll be time after that. I've worked my ass off my whole life, and it's time to relax. And if I could relax and have a new kid, it sounds good to me. I know having a kid doesn't sound very relaxing, but for me, I love being a dad. And if I didn't have to go to work and I could just spend all of my time with that child, oh man, the kid's gonna be a genius. I can teach him all my crazy things that I know. Kid, here's how to tie a bow line. I never had time for my kids when I was a dad. I was always working, was gone. I was a truck driver for 20 years of their life. So, I mean, like my youngest daughter, she really didn't get to spend much time with me because I was always out on the road. I'd come home for weekends or whatever. There was one time I had a day job where I would drive and come home every day. And Maggie was like, she had just started school. Yeah. But like my sons, I wanted them to be in wrestling and boxing and football, and you know, I was like, man, I want to see my kids play, and I never got to go see them do any sports. My son was super good at wrestling, really, really good at wrestling, and then he was also really good at band. He was a drummer, and I never went to any of his matches. I couldn't. You know, all of his matches were on Friday, and I came home on Saturdays. So it's like, I missed that part. And his wrestling coach told him, hey, you need to pick between the drums and wrestling. He's like, you can't do both. You're either a drummer or you're going to be a wrestler. So Brandon told the coach, hey, I want to wrestle the number one guy. And then he goes, okay. And so they had a wrestling match, and Brandon goes out there and pins beats the number one guy in like seconds. And then he gets up and he looks at the coach and he said, well, I'm a drummer, I'm not a wrestler, I guess, and walked out of practice. I was like, it made me so happy, you know, just because he had the mindset of what he really wanted to do. But He was so good at wrestling. He could have went to college for it. He could have, who knows, take where wrestling will take him. But he definitely could have went to college with it. But that's not what he wanted. He wanted to be in a metal band. He started making music. He did that before. He's still doing that. He's just not getting paid for it anymore. He's a mechanic now. He's got himself a little family. Yeah, so I wish I was there for my kids. So if I had another one and I could do it all over again, yeah, be a stay-at-home dad. Maybe have like a restaurant that I own but I don't work at. I just own it. Yeah, I could. That would be a happy life for me. And my kid. I'm like a teacher, man. I know all these survival skills and how to fish, and how to hunt, and how to live outside, and just all this outdoor stuff. And it's going nowhere. When I die, it dies. If I could teach somebody, I'm teaching my grandson all that stuff too, and he really likes it. But I'm not around him anymore. But yeah. I don't know what I would want more, a girl or a boy. I guess it really doesn't matter. And if it was up to me, and I had a girl, a daughter, I would name her Lambing. And if I had a boy, I would name him Sana All. And if you're a Filipino, you know what that means. And everyone says, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty crazy, but I don't care. I don't know, maybe it's too wild. Maybe kids gotta live with the name. But it's a really cool name. Sana All is kind of like hope for all, or I wish I had. And Lambing is when a Filipina is in love and she's all giddy, laughing, smiley, like in love, happy. It's a good time. Also in my restaurant, my sweet sauce, I'm going to name it Lambing, and my hot sauce, Tampo. And Tampo is, when a Filipino just gets mad out of nowhere, just wants to be mad, does her Filipino thing for a little bit. You don't know what you did wrong, you're just scratching your head. You just got to give her some time and space and maybe some Jollibees and some ice cream or something and tell her you love her and don't fuck with her. Just leave her alone for a little bit. She'll come back. I'm going to make that my hot sauce. And then like if I had a platter, like all the food that I cook on one plate, I'm going to call that the Mahal Kita, which means I love you. None of this is traditional, but I'm not a Filipino, so I can name it whatever I feel like. Sana all. So that's a little bit of what my future's looking like. My only worry about being older and having a little one is, am I going to teach him old stuff? You know, am I going to be like, not like with today's standards of, I have no idea what these kids are talking about these days. Their slang, I don't get it. You know, and if this kid's with me 24 hours a day, it's going to be like me. I'm going to teach it everything that I know in my ways. So, I mean, it'll go to school. It'll figure it out, little fella or little girl. Whatever they do, I've taught all my kids how to fight as soon as they can stand up and walk. I was like, you know how to walk now. Now it's time to get the basics of fighting or self-defense in you. Because I did not want my kids to be getting beat up. That was when I was a kid. I got my ass kicked every day until I learned how to defend myself. And then I was like, whoa, shit, I'm really good at it. That's why I became a boxer. I was like, I'm good at this. But I don't want my kids to have to go through that. So with my kids, I taught them how to fight from the time they could walk, and it was just natural to them. So when fight time came, you know, it was one punch, it was one and done. You know, you hit them once and the fight was over. You know, they didn't have to fight that much. They had very good confidence because, like, they just, being a boy and knowing how to fight is, man, that's an ace in your pocket. Nobody's making fun of them. Nobody's laughing at them and bullying them. And, you know, my kids never got bullied. They also never bullied anybody. They stood up for kids that got bullied. And I was always really proud of them for that. My oldest daughter, man, don't mess with her. Because I really put a lot into her, and you know, I was a brand new dad. She could fight. She got some hands. She was beating up boys and stuff when she was younger. And then Brandon, my firstborn, I put it all in, you know, it was like boxing, 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 boxing. And then he didn't like it. I was like, okay. And then Sven loved it. And yeah, Sven's really good at it. But, you know, I wasn't there for him. So I taught him everything I knew, and then he got really good at it. But I just wasn't there to further it. And I didn't put him in boxing classes or anything, so he just kind of stepped away from it. He can still get back in, that'd be great. But he's got other shit on his mind now. He's, you know, rebuilding houses and cars. Which is really weird because I can't do that stuff. I can't, I'm not the guy who's gonna fix your car or build you a house. My kids can do that, and I never did. I never taught them that. That's just something that they picked up on their own. But They both make a living doing it. They go buy BMW cars that have been in car accidents. They buy them from the auction real cheap, and then they fix them all up. They drive them around for like 6 months, and then they sell them. And then they go back to the auction and buy new. They just do it over and over again. They both drive really nice BMWs. Like Sven, he paid $800 for his BMW. It needed a new transmission and all kinds of stuff with it. He fixed it all up, man. He's been driving that car for years now. So I mean, $800 for a very good BMW, which he knows everything about. So that's, you know, if it breaks down, he knows exactly what it is to fix it. They fix it. So when they took over my house, they turned the garage into a mechanic shop. Pretty interesting. I'm always blown away at what they're doing. Youngest daughter, she can do anything, it seems. Everything she tries, it works. She's that person. It doesn't seem like she tries hard to get things done. She just does it. It's like, she was always really smart in school. She was in the advanced classes, and she didn't want to do that. She's like, she just wanted to be a normal kid. She could have went to college while she was in high school, but she didn't want to do that, so. She's like, why? I just want to be normal. I'm like, ah, you're a genius. You're not normal. So just, my mind is tugging at me, saying, maybe this is what I need. Maybe I need another kid. I need another child. For me. And my girl. She wanted a baby too. Curious to see what kind of mother she would be. Isn't Indiana boring? Wide open nothing. Fields. Try to keep this live stream going till I'm done, so it'll be like an 8-hour ride. Derby, Kentucky, and that is where the Kentucky Derby is at. The horse races. Drive right by that. That'll be fun. Fields of nothing. Big peach. I don't even know what that is. Country store. Once we get into Kentucky, it'll start being more hilly. More hills. No mountains, just that. Mountains. Have to figure out how I'm going to cook and film. I don't have a tripod. Figure something out. so small. You literally blink and you go right through. Who lives way out there? Big Nell. Four houses. Where do they work? Now this town here that I'm going through, if there's a paper mill in the middle of the town, and everybody works there. And if that paper mill will shut down, everybody would be unemployed.
In 1 mile, take the exit on the right to US 41 South toward Evansville.
Evansville.
Take the exit on the right to US 41 South toward Evansville.
Tell me what to do, woman.
Continue on US 150.
Let's go to Evansville. If I remember right, there's nothing there either. It is an Amish community. Amish are interesting people. They have no electricity, doing everything the old way. So when society breaks down, they'll be fine. Everyone will ask them, how do you do it? That and the homeless people, they'll be alright too. Talked to my boss a little bit before I left, and I just asked her, where all does this company go? And she said all the way to Colorado is the farthest. Denver, Colorado is the farthest west, and then everywhere east. She asked me, is there anywhere specific that you would like to go? And I'm like, I don't care. Don't matter to me. Keep me moving. But wouldn't mind seeing Colorado again. Kind of nice out that way. I grew up in a little town called Junction City. Not that I'm in love with the town or anything, but I would like to see it every once in a while. I don't know anybody there. A couple people, but I wouldn't recognize them, if I walked into them. I was there a few years ago and I didn't recognize anything. Nobody. What do we got here? The right lane is closed. Let's hang out here in the left lane. Right lane closed ahead. Yay! That was right. Smells right out here today. Like fertilizer. Smell of the heartland. Why, but sometimes when there's a really strong odor, strong smell, I want to smell it. I'm like, I'm not trying to get in it or anything. I can't stop smelling it. I don't know if that's gross or that's gross. Not like sewage or anything, but marine water has a bad smell, like dead fish or whatever. Kind of like being in a gym. I like that smell. Being in a basketball gym, I like that. Boxing gym. Stinky, sweaty smell. Just for a little bit. I don't want to live in it or anything. somebody says, somebody farted, everyone starts smelling. They're like, oh, where? What is it? They smell it purposely, and then they're like, God damn! What'd you eat? Why do we do that? There's a movie I want to watch with you. It's going to make you cry. About the American dream and how it could be a dream or it could be a nightmare. It's usually a nightmare before it's a dream. Dream come true. It's usually a nightmare. I had ideas of opening my own restaurant for years, since I was like 16 years old, and it never happened until I was like 50. And I was so happy. Finally got my dream, and then it all got taken away. So, what did I learn? Put it in my name. Don't let nobody take anything from me no more. No more. Tired of that shit. Tired of giving everything I got to somebody and they just keep taking. Just taking. Don't do nothing in return. Don't act like they care. And then throw me away like garbage. I'm not allowing that no more. I'm not a mean person, but I know that there is a mean person inside of me that I fight all the time. Always saying, don't say that, don't do that, don't let that go, don't do that. But really my first reaction is to be an asshole. And I do that constantly. I don't want to be that guy. It doesn't bring me joy. So that's a little bit of one of those life struggles I deal with. Do I kick the shit out of someone or just let them slide? That little store right there off on the right, I stop at that place every time I come through, and that's my break part. It's easy to take a break there. There's never, maybe one or two trucks, and it doesn't matter what time, day or night. There's not a lot of truck traffic out on these roads out here, but there are some. And that's a good place to park if you know it's there. If you don't know it's there, well, I don't know. There's a tractor on the highway. Tractoring around out here. Well, tractor. I want a tractor. Even if I had a small piece of land, I would still want a tractor. I don't know what I'd do with it. Or maybe collect wood or whatever. A man needs a tractor. Everything's flooded out now. Headed down to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Taking a short break and then headed towards Atlanta. Got another 400 miles to go. Here we go. Hope you don't mind smashing like that. Everybody does that. I don't know why people don't do it. Every time I go on YouTube and I'm checking out a channel, even if I'm there for like 2 or 3 seconds, I still just double tap the screen for them. Doesn't take nothing. Not so flat, getting almost into Kentucky area. Where the hills are golden. I'd be going through Louisville. I'm not going through Louisville. I'm right down the middle of Kentucky. Kentucky is in the shape of a chicken. still waiting on somebody to tell me what they want to cook. What they want me to cook. I've got grilled deer so far.
Your message from U.S. Express alert, flood warning. You are entering an area under a flood warning. Roads may be flooded or become impassable. Avoid flooded areas and proceed cautiously. Flood warning issued June 2nd at 12:17 p.m. and until June 4th at 6 o'clock a.m. and by NWS Indianapolis in.
Yeah, so that was a flood warning. Saying that the roads may be covered in water. I guess it's been raining pretty good around. Yeah. I have seen that a lot of the fields are flooded. Nothing to beware about. Bad. sticking around a little bit.
In 3/4 of a mile, take the exit on the right to I-64 East. Take the exit on the right to I-64 East. In 4 miles, take exit 29A on the right to I-69 South. In 1 mile, take exit 29A on the right to I-69 South. Take exit 29A on the right to I-69 South. Continue on I-69.